In May 2025, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement conducted a week-long operation in Houston, Texas, resulting in the arrest of 422 undocumented immigrants and the deportation of 528 others. If you're interested in this topic, comment number 1. This operation was part of a broader effort to enhance public safety, national security, and border control under the Trump administration. This response provides detailed information about the operation, related data, community reactions, and the broader context of U.S. immigration policy as of July 2025. In July 2025, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection launched a major recruitment campaign to strengthen the Border Patrol along the southern border, particularly in areas like Texas, Arizona, and California. The administration of President Donald Trump set a goal to hire 3,000 additional Border Patrol agents, 5,000 customs officers, and 10,000 ICE personnel to support border security and immigration enforcement policies. This campaign gained significant attention on the X platform, with mixed opinions about its significance and impact. After taking office in January 2025, President Trump signed several executive orders, including Protecting Our Borders, which emphasized bolstering law enforcement to control illegal border crossings and drug smuggling. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the recruitment campaign was designed to meet the need for monitoring new border barriers, supporting ICE deportation operations, and enhancing inspections at ports of entry. CBP announced the recruitment plan on June 10, 2025, aiming to increase the number of Border Patrol agents from 19,500 to 20,500 by the end of the 2025 fiscal year. The campaign focused on high-traffic border areas, such as the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, the Tucson sector in Arizona, and the San Diego sector in California. CBP organized over 50 recruitment events across 12 states, including job fairs in Houston, Tucson, and Miami. Additionally, CBP used online platforms, especially X, to promote the campaign. Posts highlighted a starting salary of $48,000 per year, a $20,000 hiring bonus, and benefits like paid leave and health insurance. Here are the key figures related to the recruitment campaign as of July 2025. Number of applicants. CBP received over 15,000 applications for Border Patrol positions from June to July, with 2,500 candidates selected for background checks and physical fitness tests. New hires. As of July 7th, approximately 800 new Border Patrol agents were hired, primarily in Texas and Arizona. Budget. CBP allocated $150 million for the recruitment campaign, covering advertising, training, and hiring bonuses, according to a post by CBP on June 20th on X. Arrests. CBP recorded 28,560 apprehensions of individuals crossing the border illegally in June, a 15% decrease compared to the same period in 2024, attributed to enhanced patrol efforts. Technology support. 200 drones and 500 surveillance cameras were deployed to assist new agents, per DHS reports. These figures highlight CBP's significant efforts to expand its workforce, but they also raise challenges related to training and maintaining personnel quality. The recruitment campaign has improved CBP's patrol capabilities, particularly in areas like the Rio Grande Valley, where apprehensions dropped from 1,200 per day in May to 950 per day in June, according to a post by Border Patrol USA on July 5th on X. New agents were trained to use advanced surveillance technology, such as motion sensors and automated watchtowers, which improve the detection of illegal border crossings. The ICE operation in Houston ran from May 4 to May 10, 2025, involving multiple law enforcement agencies, including U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Drug Enforcement Administration, the Diplomatic Security Service, and the Texas Department of Public Safety. The primary focus was on undocumented immigrants with criminal records or wanted for serious crimes, such as murder, arson, child sexual assault, and drug-related offenses. According to ICE, of the 422 individuals arrested, 262 had criminal convictions, including murder, robbery, theft, assault, and illegal weapons possession. 34 faced charges or convictions for sex-related crimes, including child sexual assault. 229 had final deportation orders from immigration courts. Notable cases included a 46-year-old Colombian immigrant convicted of murder in Colombia and providing false information to law enforcement was arrested on May 7th. A 72-year-old Mexican immigrant convicted of murder, robbery, theft, assault, and carrying prohibited weapons was arrested on May 6th. A 32-year-old Mexican immigrant previously deported 5 times with convictions for theft, aggravated assault, and illegal re-entry was arrested on May 7th. Additionally, ICE deported 528 immigrants during the same period, using a Trump administration initiative to transfer those with deportation orders to processing centers at the southern border, where they were removed from the U.S. within 24 to 72 hours of arrest. According to Brett Bradford, ICE's Houston Field Office Director for Enforcement and Removal Operations, this approach saved taxpayers millions by reducing detention times. By July 2025, the Trump administration had significantly intensified immigration enforcement nationwide. ICE reported that in the first 100 days of Trump's second term, from January 20th to May 2025, it arrested 66,463 undocumented immigrants and deported 65,682, with 75% having criminal convictions. These included 9,639 assaults, 6,398 DUIs, and 1,479 weapons violations. ICE also arrested 2,288 gang members from groups like Tren de Aragua, MS-13, and 18th Street, 1,329 individuals charged or convicted of sex crimes, and 498 linked to murder. The Houston operation was part of a broader strategy prioritizing the removal of high-risk individuals, as emphasized by Bradford and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. These efforts were supported by the 287G program, enabling ICE to partner with local law enforcement to identify and detain undocumented immigrants. By July 2025, ICE had signed 444 new 210 agreements with police departments and sheriff's offices nationwide. However, data from the Deportation Data Project and the Washington Post revealed a notable trend. The proportion of immigrants arrested without criminal records was rising. Since January 20, 2025, over 60% of those deported had no criminal convictions, and the share of those with criminal records was declining. This sparked debate about whether ICE was expanding its focus to non-criminal immigrants, contrary to claims of targeting only dangerous individuals. The Houston operation drew mixed reactions, reflected in X posts and media reports. Support from advocates of strict immigration policies. X posts from accounts like Chicago Ray and DK8013 praised the operation for restoring law and order, highlighting arrests of serious criminals, such as the Colombian murderer, and commending the rapid deportation initiative for cost savings. Redline. News USA noted the operation targeted dangerous offenders like child predators, gang members, and human traffickers. Criticism from immigrant rights groups. Vanessa Cardenas, of America's Voice, criticized the Trump administration for portraying all immigrants as criminals, emphasizing that most contribute positively to U.S. society. Some X posts, like those from LibSoftTikTok, referenced isolated cases, such as an alleged al-Qaeda suspect arrest, but lacked evidence, raising concerns about misinformation fueling stigma. Community concerns. Activists in Houston, as noted in a TC Network Fans X post, protested outside the Delaney Detention Center, demanding its closure and opposing mass arrests. They argued such operations instilled fear in immigrant communities and disrupted lives of non-criminal individuals. The Houston ICE operation reflected a hardline approach to immigration enforcement, focusing on arresting and deporting undocumented immigrants, particularly those with criminal records. Data shows ICE met its goal of targeting individuals deemed public safety threats, with 262 of the 422 arrested having criminal convictions. However, the arrest of 126 for non-criminal immigration violations and the fact that over 60% of deportees nationwide had no criminal records raised questions about the operation's scope. Collaboration with local law enforcement and the 287G program boosted efficiency but sparked concerns about negative impacts on local communities. Immigrant rights groups argued these operations risked mistaken arrests and harmed non-criminal immigrant families. Supporters, however, viewed them as essential for national security and crime prevention. The arrest of 422 undocumented immigrants in Houston in May 2025 was part of the Trump administration's broader immigration enforcement push. With 262 arrestees having criminal records and 528 deportations, the operation targeted those seen as threats to public safety. Yet, the significant proportion of non-criminal arrests and deportations fueled controversy about its scope and impact. As of July 2025, immigration policy debates continued to divide public opinion. Supporters praised ICE's efforts to remove dangerous criminals, while critics called for a more humane approach focused on protecting immigrant communities. The Houston operation highlights the complexity of U.S. immigration issues, requiring a balance between public safety and human rights. This article has utilized reliable sources and perspectives from social media to provide a comprehensive view. For a deeper understanding, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
I'm tired, man. I'm really tired.
This is the 9th time we've hit this place.
Up!
¿Estas son las llaves? Okay, you're looking at more things than you can realistically handle. Passenger's going to jail for felon in possession.
Check that door.
I did.
Man, hey, what the hell I gotta do with anything? You wanna put? Stop.
He has no flashlight.
I can't.
Stop doing
I
it.
can't. I gotta.
Sí, me siento un poquito mal. Nah, ya.
Out of Kansas for possession of controlled substance, cocaine.